SBR Luther is a 16 hand, 17/18-ish year old gelding. We do not have his papers, so we're kind of guessing on the age. He does do walk, trot, and canter. He does need work on his canter. But I will say this is a really laid back kind of horse. He's not spooky. The other horses, when they go by him, don't bother him. He's got a nice, quiet, flat walk. I think this horse would make an excellent trail horse as well as a teaching horse. He may not be the prettiest, but he does his job and he's trying really hard to do the right thing. He doesn't ever seem to get upset. No matter what you do, try and teach him to canter, he doesn't seem to get nervous or anything. We purchased this horse from an Amish woman who said he had been purchased for her as a driving horse. And she did not get along with him on the road. My guess is he's probably a little too laid back. So she called us, kept him for 2 months before we could get him. And she obviously, even though he wasn't for her, she didn't want to send him to the slaughter or the butcher, as they call it. So he obviously had redeeming qualities even when he was owned by the Amish and didn't quite fit in that job. He's been just a nice horse to be around, and he's just exceptionally quiet, and he doesn't seem to get over emotional on whoever's riding him. He does need work on the canter, which you're going to see, and he needs work collecting up, and he needs a little refresher on a canter cue, which he's getting better at it. You're going to see that Erin's probably getting ready to canter him now. I'm not really sure what she's going to do. It looks to me like she's setting him up to canter. Oh, no, wrong. She's setting him up to trot. And you can see he stays right to the rail. He has a natural flat walk. He's came in a little thin. Not skinny, but just a little thin. He put on weight nicely. But as he's put on weight, he has not gotten overly ambitious. So I think this is probably just the way he is. His neck muscles are developed what I would consider backwards from what we use for show horses. As he's been in the overcheck, the bottom muscle on his neck is very prominent from pushing the nose up. And the top muscle is kind of contracted a little bit from wearing an overcheck. That will change as time goes on. But if you notice, he uses his ears. He's pretty happy. Erin is working the mouth a little bit, trying to keep his head in a comfortable position. And again, he's just a nice flat walker. Erin's getting ready to reverse. And she'll probably turn him, I would guess, away from the rail. Although, oh no, she's going to canter. She put her whip on the other side, which is interesting. She put the whip next to the rail to get him to canter. She obviously felt like that's what she needed. He did pick up a canter pretty good. He's starting to collect up and is not going as fast. But she has to keep lifting him, keeping him into it, because he obviously was trained at some point to canter, but it's been a while, and I don't know to what degree he was trained, but he is trying to do the right thing. He is using his ears, they're kind of going back and forth. He's listening to Erin, which, you know, he's a happy horse. He just switched leads there. Erin was getting ready to stop him. We're trying to teach him to stop a little quicker because we think he might make a good beginner horse. And the one thing beginner horses have to learn is when you say whoa, they need to stop. And some of these horses haven't had that word used a lot, so we are trying to teach him that. And we take these, a lot of times when I video these horses, or when Jason does to be more accurately, they video them while Erin's working the horse, and it's not just for the video. So you're going to see that we edit stuff because she may have worked on the canter more that direction. And we don't need a lot of time. People don't want to watch a video that long. So he does canter this direction. And he's being a really good boy. He stays in the lead nicely. And she's working him. She's not just sitting up there doing nothing. But this horse is calm. He's laid back. He's not spooky. He's just a nice horse. If you're interested in this horse, be sure and contact Saddlebred Rescue.